So, moving on. The day, well, as of right now, the sky is of a bluish, dark black as the stars try and shine through the clouds that are rolling in. The air is particularly cold tonight. I believe, Tyron, you were busy covering up the bodies. It was a little difficult as the wind would suddenly blow and the cloth that you would use just picks up, making your life a little difficult. A bit of time passes and you start to draw quite a crowd as people were wondering what was the noise, what was going on. A few gasping when they see the six lined up. It doesn't take long before three elites come walking down the road with one of the civilians that managed to escape leading them. He seems pretty panicked and pretty scared, but knows he's in safe hands as he brings forth. Senko looks around, sees the destruction, and without a word, just walks inside of the tavern to see what else is in there. A few of them walk to the bodies and help make them more cover them more, keep them away from the prying eyes of the public. As you can see, they go on their knees, put their hands on the corpse, and slowly but surely the corpse is surrounded by a very dark blue ice, which at first glance doesn't really seem effective until you realize that the blue ice is, you're unable to see through it. After they're done, they gesture to you, Tyron, and you, Lambus, to both head inside.
Tyron will just nod.
Go kind of looking around, seeing the blood in the entire tavern. Place that used to be filled with music is now just dreadful, with an atmosphere so tense you could cut it with a knife. After taking a long, good look, he turns around to you all. You better explain yourselves, and you better do it quickly, before I draw my blade and you all be joining the course.
So so there was this creepy shiny dude with a weird face. And he threatened our friend over there. And then he summoned those little dolls over there that are dead. The little ones. And then they kind of killed people. So we were like, well, that's not okay. So in return, we neutralized the threat and saved our friend. So it was self-defense. So.
Self-defense?
Can I roll a persuasion?
Yeah, you can roll persuasion for that.
Decent. Ish.
She looks at the rest of you. Is this story true? As she holds up one of the small dolls.
Just nods.
Well, if the story is true, which hard to believe the words of your group. There are still 6 dead bodies out there. And someone needs to be blamed.
Well, the person to blame is already dead. That's the thing.
Well then, the blame will have to be shifted onto someone else. Unfortunately, I cannot pass any judgment upon you all. So for the time being, we'll be taking you somewhere special.
Oh, is it to the magic tree? I like the magic tree.
All the elites just look at you, wondering what you're talking about.
They should just be thankful that she didn't call them out on not being better security.
True, but then again, they didn't expect an attack on a tavern, so can't blame them on that. Anyways, you all see Yanni walking down from his bed, or from his sleep last night, kind of looking tired and disappointed at the carnage. Just walks up to Yuna and whispers to her. If you'd like to roll a perception, you may. Alright. Alright. Zakola, Lily, you take notice of them. You try and flick your ears to get a better listen, but you can just hear like the whispers that you would make trying to keep it hush hush. To you, it actually sounds like someone is trying to call you, like so you can't really understand what they're saying. For you, as you begin to shrink with the end of your giant's might, you can hear a word or two of them saying, "Found us again," or something along those lines. But for the rest of the bit, it's fairly difficult to hear. As for you, Tyron, you take a very, very keen listen, seeing the similarities between that literally look like dolls and the doll massacre that just occurred. Oh no. Yeah, both Lambus and Tyron, sorry. You can hear them talk about that they need to leave as soon as possible and not to put anyone else in danger. As they discuss this amongst themselves, one of the elites dashes between them and just grabs them behind their neck, putting them to their knees. They struggle a bit, but inevitably accept their fate. Well, are you the rest of you going? If so, that would make my job very, very enjoyable.
Resist what?
Capture?
Well, it depends on where you're gonna put us.
We'll put you in a safe place.
If there's bars, then it's a no. I don't like bars. They're scary.
Well, you'll have to wait and see, won't you?
It doesn't sound nice. I don't like you.
And I
No.
don't like that 6 of my people are dead. Now get
Well-
moving.
Maybe you should have done a better job at protecting them then.
There wouldn't be a need to protect them if the threat wasn't here. Now get moving. You can hear a significant change in the tone of her voice.
Standing still, Tyron just says, "Lead the way."
The elite on the side gestures for you all to leave, opening the door. Once outside, all three begin leading you all towards the palace. You can see the eyes of the people on at you. A few, when you exit the building, are crying over the sort of ice blocks at this stage, being told the news. One of these survivors, probably friends that you could tell that knew each other. So you hear, or you leave the tavern hearing the mourning of the people. The walk to the palace is long and very heavy. The air seems to get lighter and lighter the higher up you go, as you see the palace is built pretty much on the edge of the mountain. It gets very difficult climbing up the stairs, sort of like a small hike, till eventually the palace doors open and you are greeted with a magnificent hall. Inside you can see, well, already from the beginning you can see the throne room. Ooh, can't believe I forgot to put your characters down. From the moment you entered the hall, you can see throne. Sitting on top of it, a white dragonborn. Next to him, a fairly large, very beautiful sword that looks like it was made of snow. Aside the throne, one female dragonborn, looking very high and mighty, very proud, with a posture being up straight, and her gaze staring upon you. However, the other one you can see is a human with a very, very pale skin. A few blue markings on her face, but she tends to hide it very well with the cloak that she has on. Senko is still leading you all, with the two elites not far behind. Come on then. Lamps, of you rolling history to see where you are, or what do you want?
Figure who that be, like the one sitting at the throne, like some of the king. But what do I know about them?
Alright. It's fairly obvious. Like, any person walking into this place would easily guess that the man on the throne is the king. And the way he carries himself only exemplifies that fact. You do remember his name being Rom Snowfall, King of Neloris. The female dragonborn, you aren't really sure, but you guess that that is his daughter. However, the human, you cannot say for sure. You've never seen their face in any reports or anything like that.
Okay.
As you all approach the throne, Senko takes a knee by the steps. My liege, we had an attack. The 6 of our people are dead, and the attackers are, well, also dead. The only witnesses that we could gather were the survivors and the group you see behind. They are both responsible for the attack and for ending it. That she steps to the side. The king stares at you all, making eye contact one by one, before eventually gesturing you guys to take a step closer. And what is the group's name?
I believe we go with the Misfits.
Oh, the mighty Misfits. Tell me, Misfits, why do I hear the news of my people being slaughtered in their own home and you being in the it?
Can't tell you the entire story because I don't know the entire story. But it wasn't an assassination attempt on, well, assassination, kidnapping, and then assassination attempt of 2 of the team members.
And which 2 would that be? You can kind of follow his gaze as it leans towards Yanni and Yuna.
No, gesture to Yanni and Yuna.
Take them away. I will have questions for them. The elites on the side both grab Yanni and Yuna separately and begin leading them out the hall. And the rest of you, do you have any part in the kidnapping and attempted assassination?
Except for trying to stop it. At least I was eating when it happened. They started stabbing me, so I returned the favor.
If that is true, then you are innocent, no? But how can you prove your claim?
Well, assuming you will not take the word of the rest of the party here. The locals will did manage to survive again. I hope vouch for us.
You hope, yes, you hope.
I believe they will. I get the impression that people of Neloris are somewhat honorable. Honorable enough to speak the truth.
Wise words. Are you a paladin by any chance?
Yes.
He steps up, sits up from his throne walks down a few steps. And tell me, which god do you pray to?
The purple dragon.
Oh, the one of the.
Indeed.
Do you swear the truth on your god?
I do.
And can you vouch for, to the rest of them, your members of the group?
I do.
I will take your word lightly. I will not take your word so lightly. You are proclaimed paladin, you have not proven it, but your devotion and the way you carry yourself does speak otherwise. I will ask you this now. The friends that I have attained, where are they from? And will you vouch for them as well?
Can I make an insight check if he actually doesn't know where they're from?
Sure.
As far as I know, there is only one with killer puppets. But I wouldn't know.
Surprisingly, he's a very difficult person to read. You've gotten quite good at it over the years with your secret missions, but this is the one time you can't really get a feel on him. You don't really know whether if he knows too much or if he knows too little. Well,
From what I have seen, they seem to be an enemy of, well, the rest of their people. As far as I can tell, they are good. I do vouch for them.
so they are runaways, in a sense.
I do not know the intricacies of their relationship, but something along those lines.
That answers part of my question. But it seems to me none of you are able to tell me where they are from. Who are their people?
Out of character, I'm just want to make sure I actually know.
Is that history check is for?
No, that's for myself.
Alright. Yeah, you
I'm
know where
pretty sure
they're
I
from.
spoke with Yanni, at least him.
Yeah, they're from. They're from the kingdom of Alfron.
I don't think Tyron actually knows. He
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
get out.
yeah, I don't think you and around long enough to have heard that little secret of theirs. Cola
Yeah,
definitely has.
Lily would probably forget it and just pronounce it completely wrong anyway.
Classic.
Alfredo, yes, that's where they're from.
So I take it none of you know?
I do not.
The puppet.
run, you say? Hmm. That is interesting. Kind of just looks at the side towards Senko. Very well then. If there is anything else on the matter that you are withholding from me, I suggest you speak now.
Well, why would the great Cola in Uranus bother with great Cola in Uranus would want some eliminate merely via a flick gone.
Hmm. He walks up to you, Cola, kind of gauging you from down below. For such a small thing, you have an immensely enormous amount of pride. Hmm. So I take it your little rant of being able to kill whoever you want whenever you want is supposed to say you don't know anything?
If the great Cola should keep it track on everything found in the world, well, wouldn't be busy doing that.
You speak arrogance. No words from you are worth my time. Starts walking back to his throne. Now I am left with one question. Should I punish you for harboring, well, punish you for harboring fugitives with a secret that caused the death of my people, or should I attempt to reward you by doing the best you can to question I wonder? You all can see the female dragonborn walk up to Rom as she kind of whispers something to him. Oh, is that so? My daughter tells me you were here on a mission from Dareen. Is that correct?
Yes, we were resting before starting our trek back before we were ambushed.
I see. And I take it you don't want to miss your opportunity of getting back.
I believe we have about a week to get to, and I'll have to pull the note now. We have about a week to get to Greymouth's port, or the ship leaves, and we will have to find a different way of transportation there.
Hmm. Then you will leave at once. Get out of my city. and don't bother.
But what about our friends that you took?
They will pay for their crimes. One way or another.
That kind.
He just stares at all of you. The rest of you gonna follow Cola?
Yeah, I'll just look at all of them and say, one question before we leave, if I may.
Speak.
During our travel here to the capital, we encountered a. I'm not exactly sure who he was. He was wearing armor similar to your elite. Challenged us to a fight, and after we managed to barely defeat him, well, he just left laughing and disappeared with the snow and the wind. I don't think your elites have any reason to do so, but whoever he is was encountered all around Fasri. Fasri. His skills are similar to your elites, at least from what I could see.
What are you trying to imply?
Not trying to imply anything. Just concerned.
There's a dangerous man roaming these lands. One that apparently cannot be killed.
And he does whatever he wishes.
Which seems to be challenging and fighting. Exclusively, apparently.
I appreciate you for bringing this to my attention. But you can rest assured, this man or Silvered Knight that you speak of will not be of any threat to us. Now, unless you wish to join my new war efforts, I suggest you leave.
I'll do a small bow and start heading out.
Tyron just looks for a second and turns away.
Lily follows after. She doesn't like these people. That mean old lady scared her cat.
Well, that mean old lady is following you guys, making sure that you leave the palace.
Hey, get away from me! You're scaring my cat.
Just keep walking.
Like right on my bum. That's rude.
Alright. You all make your way to the palace doors. Yanni and Yuna are nowhere to be seen. Right now you're met with the night sky, clouds rolling in. What do you guys do?
I'm trying to get away from the mean old lady who's scaring my cat.
Alright, so you hastily make your way down the steps towards the city.
Yeah, but
One-
she doesn't know where she's going.
Hmm.
So she
One-
kind of has to wait for people to catch up and lead the way.
Alright. Once you're at the bottom of the steps, you can see that there's mean old lady isn't following you.
Oh, good, good. The small bean calms down a bit.
So, now what?
Well, they did take our friends. And that's kidnapping. I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Currently accused of a crime. They're allowed to keep them at least as much as they see fit. But I'll assume their fate will be decided soon enough.
We're just gonna leave them? That doesn't feel nice.
I move.
Mm-mm.
How can you be sure?
I don't know, these people seem very harsh. I wouldn't be surprised if they said, well, you killed our people, so we're gonna kill you.
I more meant how they come back.
Ghost comes around.
She looks very confused.
How do you
Whether
know
we
they
like
won't
it.
be kept alive?
Acid. Fight whatever.
Yes, and they make dolls. I think he intends on keeping them alive.
Have a puppet show.
Oh, that sounds fun. I've
Or
never been
kill
to
a
a.
lot of people.
I just look at Tyrone because he's the only one with more than one brain cell, at least. That's how it feels like.
Yeah.
It won't take us about 2 days to get to the port city, to the port town. We can spend a few days, maybe not in the city, but around it. If they show up, they can come back with us, but if not, I've got other matters to attend to, and the ship will definitely speed up things.
Does that mean we're going on a ship again?
I'm going on the ship again. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, because I like water, but Sir Louis does not.
I think it's best we take the ship, Lily.
Yeah. Do you think they'll get mad at me if I take a swim? Because out of character, tigers love water, but most cats do not.
Yeah, I will tell you now, if you're in the middle of the ocean and you decide to take a swim, they will definitely at you.
Look, I know that. But Lily is just like, ooh, water, let me swim.
Yeah.
You know, water of the sea is salty. Do you know what that does to fur?
Tea?
Terrible things.
Oh.
Don't swim in the sea.
Unless you can swim faster than a boat, then go ahead. Than a ship, sorry.
Actually, I wonder if like a maximum level monk, a maximum level tabaxi monk, can swim
Yes.
fast enough.
So Sessa.
Maybe for a little while.
Uh,
I mean, you can certainly try when you get to that stage.
yeah,
I
she just
think
looks determined and says, one day I will swim with the swimmy things. But maybe not in the sea, because don't want this salty stuff.
Good idea.
Honestly, it's so much fun, like, playing a dumb, whimsical character for once.
Hmm. Alright. So you guys are in the middle of the streets. Not much activity besides the person or, civilian or two walking past. You guys gonna head back, get your cart, and leave? Or what you doing?
Yeah, I think we should head for the ship as soon as we can.
Can probably wait by the ship. They have means to contact us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can head out now. It is night time. I can see I can probably lead the
In
guards for the
truth.
night part.
In truth, I'd get out of here as soon as I can. Rather not stay.
Alright. So you all make your way to the stables where you keeping the cart and your horse. You find it relatively easily, with so coming out in his very warm yet comfortable looking, with a small little like bed hat on. You know, the ones with these small little, like, sort of an elf, Christmas elf with a little
Yeah.
end. Comes out holding a lantern. I assume you guys want to be leaving now.
You're very small.
Ellie.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it's not my fault I'm born a dwarf.
Smallbean is also very small, and she holds out a cat.
Yes, we would like to head out now.
He just gives you a nod, Lambus, and then just heads to the stables.
Look, at least she was smart enough to not say anything in front of him.
Oh, we would have just left you. I would have at least.
She disses the king. Is like, okay, good luck. Bye. Enjoy your time in prison. Alright. In about 20 minutes, you can see your cart rolling out with a horse attached. Alright, here she's ready to go. Holds out to you. That'll be 2 gold pieces, please.
Toss into gold pieces.
Safe travels then.
Good
Kind of.
night to you.
Kind of just waddles back inside. And so, with your cart, off you go. Heading through the streets of Neloris to the main gate. You find yourself on the road that you came to the city in. You know which road or which route to take. It would take you about 5 days. I'm gonna ask you guys, do you wanna just tell me what you're gonna do during these 5 days, and then we can skip, or do you wanna go through each day?
think Tyron would just quietly just do what he needs to do, like work, whatever, and otherwise just mull things over by himself.
Yeah, I'll say like once the next day when the storms recharge, I'll say that King Onailoris knows Alfrom responsible for the attack. He kept two of the party members from Alfrom. Not sure what will happen next.
Alright, Lily, Cola, you guys gonna do anything in the 5 days?
Lily will probably try and talk with her best friend in the entire world that she's known for like a week, 2 weeks. Yeah. Um, so he might not be able to do things peacefully, but she might eventually pick up on stuff every day and then be like, okay, well, I'll go take a nap, you know? Sleep, chill in the crow's nest and look at stuff. Because being outside in the world is interesting, I guess. I wouldn't know, I live in my room. But yes. And then Smallbean will probably just sleep most of the time.
Alright. And you, Cola?
Cola will be checking up equipment. Important.
Alright. So, let's start off with Lambus. About 10 minutes after you send your message, you finally hear a reply, not hearing one the previous time you attempted to communicate with your brotherhood. You finally hear a reply saying, "An interesting turn of events. We'll be keeping an eye on your friends." After that, you wouldn't really hear any updates to any of your or to your mission or anything like that. Just letting you know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I'll just stick with the previous orders.
All right.
I'll be quietly writing what I know about the party when I'm not the one controlling the horses.
All right. Tyron, I'm gonna need you to make me a survival check for the work that you'll be doing over the 5 days.
9.
9. Yeah, so it's basic stuff. Setting up the tents or starting a fire. You struggle. Days. Your mind can't help but go back to the tavern or to your friends, and it's quite difficult to actually focus on your task. Every now and then you would need the aid of someone else, or you would eventually get it by yourself. But it's a difficult time, and the fact that Lily is constantly talking to you doesn't make it any easier.
Sorry.
Takes my mind off things.
Lily, I'd like you to make me a perception check, and while we're at it, Cola, can you make me an investigation check?
My rolls shit tonight.
Everyone's is, don't worry. Even mine.
Man, like that's funny. Like that's the second. That
Ho ho.
suddenly
Alright. Yeah.
Jason. Yes, that's the guy from Friday.
Yeah, but it's Friday 14th.
That's why
Tonight.
he's confused about the franchise. So it's Michael Myers.
Alrighty. Lily, you keep a nice watchful eye on the wilderness. Very calming to actually just watch the woods pass by. Every now and then you pass a cart and you happily wave to them, trying to get them to wave back. They either look at you like you're crazy or just continue about their day. You do see quite a variety of wildlife, mainly just the sort of mammals, like a moose or a deer that you would see trotting along.
Can she wave to them as well? I don't think they'll wave back though.
You can certainly try.
Yeah, she waves to all the animals as well.
Make an animal handling check.
Okay, let's see. I don't think I've rolled above it like a 6.
Yeah, they take notice of you, look at you for 2 seconds, and goes back to grazing on bushes.
Makes sense. Bushes are good stuff, I guess.
Attempts to befriend the wildlife aren't as successful, but you feel like you're getting somewhere. Other than that, you don't really see anything ordinary. But I will come back to your perception later. Kolo, you are inspecting your weapons, correct? Which ones specifically?
Uh, short sword and those two main things.
Alright. With your check, you begin inspecting your shield. You can obviously see the dents and scratches that a shield would naturally take, but it's nothing too serious or too damaging that would lead you to assume that it would fail you anytime soon. Your sword, on the other hand, it looks mostly clean, as in there isn't really much damage to it. The only thing that really catches your eye on the sword is a small chip towards the hilt. Kind of ruins the profile of the blade, but other than that, you can still use it to cut and stab. Alrighty. So as you all continue on the path, you eventually ride past Norwich or ride through Norwich. This, as you're passing through the town, you can hear the murmur of the people as you go past, obviously talking about you, but not in a bad sense, just sort of look at them kind of way. However, Lily, you do notice a hooded figure with a smaller hooded companion kind of intriguingly watch your cart go by.
She'll try wave at them, but they seem a bit weird.
The smaller hooded figure happily waves back.
Oh, nice, nice.
Alright.
So she'll kind of go to Tyron and then be like, look over there. They're
Gonna roll an insight check.
Sure.
5. That just cloaked.
Can I also try roll an insight check?
It's a
By all
natural.
means.
Okay, decent roll. Nice.
Yay. Alright. Yeah. Tyron, Lily points the figures out. You look at them, shrug, and go back to your work. They're just hooded figures to you. But Lily, you kind of pay attention to them a little bit longer as the cart keeps moving. The wind kind of picks up, and you can actually see a bit of their cloaks kind of reveal scaly figures underneath. One being blue and the other being black. Other than that, you don't get any sense of hostility coming from them.
Okay, so essentially they're just dragonborn.
2 Dragonborn, yes.
Okay. She'll wave goodbye and then be on our way.
The smaller one will wave back and kind of point towards you all, looking up to the big figure. Big figure kind of nods, and that is the last you think you see of them as you exit
So
the town on your way to Greymouth Port. About 3 more days ride, and you find yourselves coming to the sight of the ocean. The ship still docked at the port, and the familiar smell of fish greeting your nose. You can see a few smoke piles rising up into the sky as you can hear the bell from the port ringing. People are shouting, trying to get any passerbyers to buy their goods. I assume you guys immediately make your way to the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You make your way to the ship, and there isn't much activity happening on it. You kind of can already see that they're sort of relaxing and waiting. One of the salesmen notices you approaching and kind of yells. See the familiar face of Captain Weller walk to the edge of the ship. Big smile on his face with his first mate, Nokia, towering over him. Both wait for you all to get on the ship, and when you're on, kind of opens his arm. Welcome back, my friends. Where's the rest of you?
Well, the 2 of them was kept back so they could perform puppet show for the king of this place. Apparently, that kind of maybe he's
That was an attack. They blamed us.
Oh. Alright then. So, are we going to wait for them in case they get released, or are we just going to go back to Doreen?
How many days do you have before you need to leave? Before you said you're going to leave? 2 days.
2 days, yes.
You can wait those 2 days. I don't really mind.
Alright, well, there's not much for you guys to do here. Maybe you can explore this town a little bit more. But I don't have anything for you guys to do. Don't look at me. Well, enjoy your stay upon the ship. Kind of heads to his captain's quarters, and Nokia just sighs and shakes her head. Sorry, I believe I cut someone off there.
I don't think so.
Alright. Would you guys like to do anything for these 2 days?
Well, if there's something to do, then that would be cool.
Tyron's really not going to do much. Actually, he'll go on a walk just around the town.
Alrighty. Everyone else?
I'll just stay on the ship until we depart.
If there's anything to do, she'll just go around and I was gonna say that she'll look for like easy quests, like find someone's cat kind of thing, and they pay you like 2 gold or something. But I realized that she can't read, so that's not really gonna work. So she'll go to a tavern.
Alright. Cola?
I think he just will be looking out in case there might be pirates or other scallywaggons.
Ah, alrighty. Alright, Lambus, you make your way below deck to your cabin and you just decide to take it easy. Climb in one of the beds and just rest. Cola, I want you to make me a perception check as well as you time.
14.
Alright. Cola, you keep a lookout for the 2 days and you don't really see any pirate ships or anything of hostile nature. All you do notice is the fishermen boats going in and out, dropping off their loads of fish. And a fairly quiet port. Nothing too interesting happens. Tyron, you decide to take a walk around the town. You come across the sort of more interesting buildings, such as the blacksmith, merchant, tavern, as well as the governing house. The lighthouse also catches your eye, but it doesn't look like they're holding the doors open for tours. Other than that, you come across the bounty board. Few requests on there, just asking for general labor, sort of building a small little hut or help maneuver fish. There is even an offer for a temporary blacksmith. Will you take any of these?
No, but I'll go back to the ship and tell the rest of the party that's there. There's jobs available.
Cool. So, Lily, you make your way to the tavern, a place called the Drunken Fish. You enter it, you see it's very lively with quite a few drunken fishermen, not fish, sadly. And it's a very cheerful place.
I guess we'll go to the bar and kind of sit down. Be like, you got milk?
You make your way to the bar, sit down, and you are greeted by a female drow. Very stunning with purple eyes and pale skin.
You're very pretty.
Oh, why thank you. You wanted milk, dear?
Yes.
I can get that right for you. A few seconds go by and you have a shot glass of milk in front of you.
She'll take a shot of milk.
So what's a interesting traveler like you doing in Greymouth?
Well, we're taking a ship, but it doesn't leave for a while, so I'm looking for something to do.
Looking for something to do? Well, I can always use an extra pair of hands around here.
Okay, sure, why not?
Do you know how to waiter?
Yes?
I'm gonna make her make an insight check for that. Okay, that's not really a good roll. Alright. She gives you a sort of questioning look, trying to figure out whether if you do know or not.
She'll just straight up say, no, I don't.
Would you like
But
me
I-
to teach you?
Yes, please. I can also play the lute. I feel like my monk is kind of like a monk bard hybrid,
It's
even though I have no
possible.
bard.
She kind of looks surprised at you. It's like, oh, please give me a song.
And she'll take out the lute and play. Let me do a performance check to see how terrible it is. Okay, that's actually a pretty good performance. I was expecting like a natural one or something, but that's like pretty decent.
Yeah, surprisingly to yourself as well. You pull out your flute and you begin playing tune of the music that's already in the bar. Much to everyone else's surprise as well, as they suddenly hear a new source of music. A few of the sailors start cheering and tapping their foot along to the beat as you play, and the drow just smiles. By the end of your performance, everyone claps for you. I think we found the thing you're good at.
Oh, really?
Yes. Would you like to play for my tavern until you leave?
Yeah, sure, why not? And she'll play for 2 days.
Alright. Towards the end of the 2 days, you do your last performance for the tavern, giving a small bow And the drow comes up to you with a small little pouch. It's not much, but it's something, and I hope it's enough to show my appreciation for the entertaining music you've brought to my tavern.
She'll open it and look inside.
Inside is 5 gold pieces and a special brew of milk alcohol.
She looks very happy. It's so shiny. But yeah, she'll give her a hug, and if I ever come back, I'll be sure to come play again.
I hope hugs you back.
She'll take her cat and be on her way.
Very nice, very nice.
Bard monk, very wholesome.
As for the rest of the other 2 days pass, and throughout the 2 days, there is no sign of Yuna or Yanni. Captain Weller kind of walks to, looks for you guys, finds you, and well, time's up, and I'm afraid your friends aren't here.
There isn't much we can do about that.
No, we can't. No, I don't know about, but the chill in the air is getting to me. I'd like to leave as soon as possible. So if you guys would like to help, that would be much appreciated. We'll leave at dawn.
Oh, whatever you need.
Just strong, able hands, that's it. And with that, he leaves, and the day comes to an end. In the morning, the sailors are up and about, getting ready to depart for Doreen. Those who are helping you guys take the spots that you find you're best capable at from experience of your trip getting here. If anyone would like to make me a perception check, you may do so now.
21.
Anyone or who? Like,
Anyone.
know what you want to roll?
I mean, you all can.
Nope. No.
Jesus.
Oh,
Lily
wow.
is too busy looking at the shiny stuff.
I'm too busy helping.
Yeah, Lily, just as you said, you're happily gazing at your 5 gold pieces and the strange milk concoction you're given.
I honestly
And
wouldn't be surprised if at some point someone finds a mirror and plays like with like a laser with her.
we'll only wait and see, eh? Yeah, Lambus, you're far too busy helping the sailors as they are keeping you busy and on your toes. You don't notice Cola and Tyron as the ship begins to depart from the port. You can see the 2 figures that Lily saw in Norwich kind of standing on the dock, staring at your ship.
Lily waves to them again. Wait, no, I don't see them. Never mind.
Yeah, you're too preoccupied with Shiny.
Tyron just double checks and can I roll an insight?
Yep.
Same as 9.
Yeah, you
I guess
glance at
can't
them.
tell much from two cloaked figures.
Yeah. You glance at them, squint, and just shrug and get back to work.
There really is like no in between in this game. It's either like below 10 or above 20. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, there were a few 10s and 13s here, but
There's only nat 1s or above 16s.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Alright. With that, ship begins to set sail into the open waters. Now, we are not going to go through that hell of.
Well, those were good 10 sessions. What are you on about?
Oh, yeah, no. There's. No, I'm too mentally drained from that to ever try and do that again. So, if there is anything you'd like to do on your 2 weeks of sailing, say it now or forever hold your peace.
I guess just wait with the sending song. Listening and see if there's any updates on on Yanni and Yuna.
Alright. And the rest of you?
Lily will keep chatting to her bestest friend.
2 weeks straight.
Oh,
Oh,
nowhere to
This
go.
poor dude cannot get a break.
Can't even drown yourself because of the armor.
And Cola will observe.
I'll say like I feel like it's mostly one-way chatter. So you know, like when you literally just you babble and you ramble, and then eventually you just get tired of talking. So like okay, nice talk. Anyway,
Yeah, it's genuinely just Lily keeps talking and Tyron's just like,
I'll say she only bothers him like this for like 2 hours a day, and then the rest of the time. Look, it's better than like 16 hours a day. Okay, can you imagine just being like having like someone be like, "Oh, what's that thing? Oh, it left." Anyway, so I was like in the forest
Jeez.
with my magic tree, and can you imagine that all day, every day? That would be a bit overwhelming.
yeah, I can see Tyron just the moment you approach him, just look at the sun and say, "Yeah, it's about that time," and just
Yeah.
mentally prepares himself for the torture ahead.
She's just trying to
Legend.
make friends.
Legend has it, if you roll a nat 20 on perception at a certain time of day, you can hear Tyron groan.
She's just trying to make friends. And then she'll go to the crow's nest and look out and just look at stuff. Sleep a bit. Maybe try learn how to read. Probably is not gonna go well. Yeah, no, never mind. Scratch that one. I don't think anyone has the patience to teach her how to read.
I mean, you can try and find someone on the ship. I mean, there is an odd 50, including the captain and special.
Yeah, Cola definitely knows how to read. You can ask him.
Hi, Carla. Can you teach me how to read? I think it's important. Maybe.
Which one?
What? Huh?
Which alphabet? The ancient one that is the last 2,000 years. Are we talking about?
the most useful one, I guess. The easiest, most useful one.
Also, we start with basic.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is a this. Find it. This at.
What does it mean, though?
But that depends on the.
So what is it? Is it like a drawing? It's like the scribbly things. Ding.
Yep, it's like script.
She looks confused, but she'll keep trying. She'll still make sure to have like her daily chat with her best friend though.
Alrighty.
As
And-
always.
And Tyrant, besides enduring the chat from Lily, what are you doing?
Mostly nothing, but I think at some point, while neither working tone would approach Landvest. You're a cleric, right?
I am.
Which god do you serve?
Kemar. The Black
That's
Dragon.
the black. Oh yeah. Is it a good order?
Assuming you know all of them, he's like the protector from the shadows. If I'm not wrong.
You are correct, yes. He is the god of mystery and protection in shadows. Also known as Kamir the Mysterious.
Have you done a lot for your god?
I would like to think so.
What kinds of things?
He's not answering that.
Bad things.
No answer.
Yeah. Same here. Criminals or order. I guess there really is no difference.
Well, everything is done with a purpose, so there is a difference at the end.
Do you think that maybe we'd be better off? Maybe without them.
I don't know. For now, I'll stick with them. I have a good feeling.
I Taryn just nods. Back to work then, I guess. Another time.
And this will just not resume what he was doing.
All right. So 2 weeks of long sailing go by. Carla, you get to enjoy the daily show of Lily constantly tormenting Tyron to the best of his ability to stay calm and composed.
And then torment you. For longer. While you try to teach her to read. It's honestly unintentional. I feel like it will be like the biggest betrayal one day when Tyron is like, look, I don't like your conversations because I think she thinks that he genuinely enjoys them. But it's okay.
And he is. That's not the dumb.
Patience.
I don't think that. Masochist.
Ah,
Hmm.
okay.
So are you enjoying your torture, Tyron? Hmm?
Well, you make the error of calling it torture.
True, true.
It's clearly training. Mental training.
Yes.
Lily's just happy to have a friend.
And don't worry, Lily, for the past 2 weeks, you feel you're getting really close to your best friend.
Oh yay!
They listen to you, they
They even
respond to
acknowledge
you.
what I say.
Exactly.
So amazing.
Wow. Good friends we have.
Amazing.
Alrighty. Well, as the days and nights go by, the days seem to get on repeat. Thing interesting happens, unlike the trip to Neloris, where you were encountered with something to fight or something to witness every 2 to 3 days. But now it seems to be pretty calm and what you would expect an actual normal trip across the sea would be like. Just a gentle rocking back and forth of the ship, the weather roughly staying consistent between a clear sky and a cloudy day. I'll say for those who want to spend a night out witnessing the stars, you all can make me a perception check.
We have 2 weeks to burn, might as well.
Hmm.
Almost a crit.
Bear in mind this is on this one night only. So if you're all staying up on that specific particular night, let me know.
Ah, maybe not then.
Alright. So Lily, Lambus, Cola, you decide night, or you hear rumors from the crew saying that the stars are going to be beautiful. These rumors originate from the navigator. What's her name now? Hora, I believe. Hero, that's her name. Rumors coming from Hero, the navigator of the ship, saying that the stars going to be particularly beautiful tonight. And she was not wrong. It is the 4th day with a week of sailing, and the skies are completely clear, not a cloud in sight. The moon is at its fullest, shining bright, almost eclipsing all the brightly colored stars with a Milky Way sort of glow connecting them all together. It is a truly magnificent sight. Kola, your eyes, being in the crow's nest, you find it a nice, cozy place to get a good view of the heavens that belong to you. It's a decent place for the view. As for Lily and Lambus, being on the deck of the ship, your eyes can easily follow the glow of the moonlight in the water. But slowly you see a purple glow emanating from the water. A lot of the yeah.
She kind of looks to Lambus and says, "Is it those scary tentacle things again?" And like pointing to the purple glowing water. I think
What's
she just
glowing?
like associates purple water with tentacle dudes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Did it glow the last time? Like, the giant creature appeared.
Were you there to witness the giant creature last time? I don't think you were. I think that was
No, I
you and
think
Anya.
just Yanni and Yoni.
Yeah.
Yoni and Yanni, I think. Yeah, then I'll say.
This is the first time you're seeing this glow. So you're not sure what it is.
So I don't know.
Okay. She shrugs. And then just goes back to watching.
It's at this stage that majority of the sailors have already back into sleep because they've seen this guy plenty of times before. It's more of a regular occurrence for them. But it's a nice treat for you, but the more you stare at the purple glow, the brighter it seems to get. Tyron, are you sleeping by this stage?
Probably be awake in his bed.
Even though you're not on top of the deck to witness this, you feel a presence around your heart. Sort of as if you were a child being embraced by a mother.
I'll be entirely honest, I thought you were going to say like a heart attack.
Oh, hell no.
That comes afterward.
You suddenly have an excruciating pain in your chest.
You are now
Full
dead.
advance,
Roll up a
everyone.
new character.
That's what kind of
Nice, only
tyrant do you think I am?
No why it came to mind, sorry.
I haven't done anything to. I don't expect that. Have I?
No, I don't know. It just came to mind.
Alright.
Roll a d20. Low enough, you did. That's it. Should have rolled higher.
Yeah. Alright, well, back to what I had described. It's a warm feeling in your chest.
Oh my god. Cosmic.
Could I use a divine sense to detect good or evil within? Actually, no. know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet. That is not behind total. Never mind.
So you wanted to try and use the spell to detect whether this is
It's a paladin feature.
alright.
Yeah, but I just read that is not behind total cover, so unless it's in the room with me, it's not gonna do much good.
Yeah, no. If the spell says you need to have sight of it, then what we can
Oh well,
say
that's fine.
what we can say is this is a very bright purple. You can see the glow coming through the cabin window.
Oh.
Hmm.
Tone like jolts up and looks outside.
And you see the water below the ship, like Lily and this can see, is a bright purple, a sort of neon purple. Coley, eventually you get sight of this as well, as you look below the peasants beneath and you see the purple waters. So what are you guys doing?
Can I roll
Who-
insight on the water?
Alright.
Similarly, could I roll religion to see if it's connected to my god in any way?
Flap, flap,
Yep.
flap,
Go ahead.
and into the water.
No, you're just jumping into the water, Cola.
Yep.
No.
Okay. You run along the mast of the ship, jump into the water. I have no idea what your goal is right now.
No,
Um,
just water. Flap, flap, flap. Back on ship.
Alright. As for you, Lily, there is something strange about this water. Water doesn't usually glow. Get a very an easy feeling from the water. Nothing to put you or your little small being in any fear of danger. But other than that, you're not really sure what the glowing is.
Can she try talk to it? Honestly, that's the only thing she can think of to do.
You can certainly try.
Don't think it's gonna reply, but it's D&D and anything can happen. Hello, glowing water. How are you?
Alright, real quick. Tyron, what was your religion?
The 12. Yeah, 12.
Yeah, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. As the paladin of your specific order, you were taught to be on the lookout for certain signs in case your god ever decided to communicate with you, to give you guidance or anything of the sort. But never before have they said that it's possible that you meet them in person. So when you see this purple water, you're not sure what's going. You just have an overwhelming sensation of comfort. I'm not sure what you would like to do.
I think he'd probably just. He wouldn't really know what to do either. He'd just stand like shock or disbelief until something happens.
Alright.
Just trying to understand what's actually happening.
Alright. So you watch out the cabin window as the events start to unfold. Lily, your attempt to talk to the water at first doesn't have any effect, but after a few seconds, you can see the water getting slightly more brighter. A hint of blue light also begins to emerge from underneath. Before long, you can see the silhouette of an enormously large creature swimming along the ship.
Oh no, that's not good. Hi, I did. Please don't break our ship. Apparently the sea and my cat can't swim. And it's very hard to swim while holding a cat. But you do have some very nice lights happening. Over there. Yeah, please don't kill us.
You're pleased to the water and innocence in your pleas. You can see the light sort of dim a little bit as it becomes slightly more difficult to see. But as the light gets dimmer and dimmer, the last thing you all see is an enormous tail break the water surface, kind of like a whale, and go back into the water. On this tail, you can see what looks to be very large forms of purple and blue coral that seemingly naturally blends in with the body. Smooth, dragon-like scales that have been adapted to look majority like fish scales line the bottom of the tail as it kind of ends in a very large arrow-like fin. With the tail being submerged, a small splash goes over you, Lambus, and Lily. And before long, the light begins to fade away.
That was cool. I wonder what that was. But it seemed nice though. It didn't hurt anyone. I think it understood me. You can bet that the next day this is what Tyron is gonna hear about for like 2 hours. Like the glowy, swimmy friend that she made in the middle of the night, and it probably sounds like a fever dream.
Oh yeah, and I think he's going to be listening very intently on that.
Tyron just tries his hardest just not to react, otherwise he might just freak out.
Why?
He is thinking certain things.
About the lobster.
The what?
Sorry, Cola, we didn't really hear you there.
About the lobster.
What lobster?
Picture of a lobster.
Right.
Alright. As that night begins to close, you all make your way back to your cabin. Lily already excited and jittery about her making a new friend in one night.
I know, right? It's like a new record for
I know, it's amazing. Wow.
fantastic.
You all try to get some sleep. And you especially you're having more trouble as you try and process your thoughts. Trying to decipher what you just witnessed and what it could mean. But eventually sleep takes you all. In the next day, or the following days since, there hasn't been a night like that. Lily, I'd assume, judging from your character, every night you would stay up a little bit, see if your friend returns.
Yeah, probably. She
Um,
might take extra naps during the day so she can stay up just a little bit later each night.
Unfortunately, your friend does not return.
Oh.
Sad.
He was cool though.
Hmm.
Oh, glowy.
Yeah, very glowy.
She'll just call him glowy.
Okay.
Just talk about her friend glowy that hasn't. that
You
hasn't
do
turned up.
you.
Yeah.
And so, the final days of your trip go on. There is a certain. On the last day, there is a certain energy about the crew. They can almost sense that they're getting closer to home and seem to be a little bit more excited. The captain as well, walking around actually talking with his sailors and helping them with their duties. It's a different side of him besides his insane dancing in the rain. But as the hours of the day go by, you're getting closer and closer. And you first know you're getting close to land by a certain smell. It's not sort of beach sand smell that you get when you head to the coast. It smells like smoke. Something massive is burning. Following your nose and following the sense, you can see a massive column of smoke rising up into the sky. You guys look out into the horizon, much to the crew's horror and dismay. You can see on the horizon the beaches of Doreen and a city on fire. And that is where we will end it for tonight, because I do have some news for you guys, and I don't think what I have planned is good to proceed with just 4 people. So I hope you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that session.
Are we waiting for the 5th or the 6th?